Mother's Day, a day meant for celebration, love, and family. But in South Philadelphia, 2011, it became a day of horror. A 23-year-old woman went missing and days later was found brutally murdered. This case remains unsolved, leaving her family with only memories and endless questions. Who could have done this? And why has justice still not been served? Iris Tyson, just 23 years old, left her home on May 8th with the simple intention of surprising her mother with a card and a gift. It was a day meant for celebration, but it would soon become a nightmare. Around 1 p.m., Iris quietly told her father, Joe, her plans. As she was about to leave, her mother, Kelly, entered the room, asking if she wanted company. But Iris insisted. She wanted it to be a surprise. Her parents believed she would walk the familiar path to Pathmark just a few blocks away and be back within the hour. But as the clock ticked past 3 p.m., anxiety began to creep in. Where could Iris be, they wondered? Had she run into friends and lost track of time? Was she in trouble? Their minds started to race. By 6 p.m., dread consumed them. Iris was due back for a Mother's Day dinner. She would never miss such a cherished moment. With their hearts racing, they called the Philadelphia Police Department.
911, what's your emergency, please?
When the officers arrived, Joe and Kelly frantically told them that their daughter was missing, stressing how out of character this was for her. However, since Iris was an adult, the officers dismissed their concerns, stating she was free to come and go as she pleases, believing she would return home soon. Frustrated by the lack of action, Joe and Kelly rallied their family and friends to search for Iris. They put up missing posters and canvassed the neighborhood. As the hours passed, dread continued to build, and the reality began to set in. Their beautiful daughter was missing without a trace, and darkness was upon them. Hours became days, and days stretched into a week before they received the worst phone call of their lives. Authorities had found a body in an abandoned lot about 2 miles from their home. Joe rushed to the coroner's office, his heart heavy with dread. The identification was heartbreaking, but there was no mistaking the butterfly tattoo on Iris's body. Iris's body was discovered in an overgrown lot behind Sydenham Street in the Point Breeze neighborhood. A passerby collecting empty bottles stumbled upon the grim scene. The medical examiner determined Iris had been brutally murdered by blunt force trauma to her head. Joe and Kelly's world was shattered, their hearts torn from their chests. How could this happen to their beloved daughter? What was meant to be a quick trip to the store had turned into a nightmare they could never have imagined. They were left grappling with a devastating reality, searching for answers in the midst of their grief. After Iris's lifeless body was discovered, the investigation intensified. Detectives spent weeks trying to locate witnesses, camera footage, or any small clues to aid their efforts. Unfortunately, they soon exhausted all leads without uncovering any new answers. Detectives faced challenges in tracing her movements in the hours before her death, and no suspects or persons of interest surfaced. The case was growing cold. Desperate for answers, Iris's parents announced a $2,000 reward for information leading to her killer. They held a benefit to raise additional funds, increasing the reward to $3,500. Although it has been over 13 years since Iris was murdered, the Tyson family continues to hold on to hope, believing that someone will come forward with information that can lead to justice for Iris. Somewhere out there, Iris's killer is still at large. Why was she targeted? Did she know her attacker? How did she end up 2 miles from home, far off her route to the store? Are there witnesses to this crime who are too afraid to speak up? Do you know who killed Iris? We need your assistance. If you have any information about this case, please reach out to the Philadelphia Police Department. Your tip could help catch a killer.